Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This has been an early video, but it's one that I wanted to touch base on regarding the return of Seth Rollins. We know we saw him on Monday Night Raw where he showed up and confronted Damian Priest, and Damian Priest basically offered him a challenge, and now they're getting ready to face each other. And there's been the subject of a lot of people talking about the possibility that Seth Rollins is back way too soon. We know he lost the championship to Drew McIntyre quite a few months back, and he was off TV for quite a while. And a lot of reports that came out about Seth Rollins working with multiple injuries before WrestleMania, it was the case to where a lot of people were asking, should he be away a lot longer than that he did? Because a couple of months' time, if the stories are right about the dirt sheets reporting on the multiple injuries he has and the surgeries he needs, he is not fully healed. And maybe people are going to say, well, maybe he just turned to rehabbing a lot of injuries and going to therapy. But you're never going to be fully healed from the injuries if you need multiple surgeries. As it stands, if the reports are right, Seth Rollins needs surgery on both knees. I think his back is also not doing good, if I remember hearing right in the reports, or it was another injury. Seth Rollins is a workhorse. He's devoted to WWE. That's awesome. That's great. But here's the thing. Nobody wants to see him get permanently hurt to where he has to retire. And I'm going to give out a name that everybody might remember. If you're old-fashioned wrestling fans from the 80s and 90s, how many of you remember the Dynamite Kid Tom Billington? One of the greatest wrestlers of all time, very hardworking, very intense, but a guy who was so devoted to wrestling that his back went out, and it led to basically problems to where he had to retire, and he had back injuries to the point where it ended up following him at the rest of his life. But the point I make is the guy obviously did not take enough time off sooner to catch the injury, to let it heal, so he wouldn't be at a permanent risk of being injured for the rest of his life. That's the way it was and still is in WWE and even in wrestling. These guys have to work hurt. They have to work no matter what condition they're in, unless they've got like broken necks or concussions or stuff like that. But if you don't have like the real severity of injuries, you have to basically come back or you have to wrestle. Now, creatively, Seth Rollins being back is basically WWE's way of saying they have really nobody else to work with Damian Priest. Drew McIntyre had his shot. He's moving on to CM Punk. But who else is there besides Damian Priest? Who else is there on the main event on the Raw side? Most of these talents, again, as I said in rant videos to WWE, there's too many championships and no divisions, so they're not actually stacking these divisions the way that they should, and that's basically leaving WWE in a dilemma, and that is why they brought Seth Rollins back. Seth Rollins does not need to be back right now. He should be away, relaxing, enjoying the summer. He should basically be with his wife. He should be traveling. He should be relaxing, because if you bring somebody back way too soon, history will repeat itself and he is going to end up injured again, probably permanently, and none of us want to see that. And I know people like Seth Rollins, but the guy's only human. The guy needs to stay off of TV. I think he should have been kept off TV, away from WWE, at least until November. Let those injuries heal. Let him go for the surgeries he needs. Let him come back better than ever. But him being back, I can tell you for a fact, he's not fully recovered from these injuries. And I have to question WWE on this because, again, what's the rush to bring the man back when you know he's not physically ready? So I'm just laying it out there. I think it's accurate for people to say that, yes, he is not fully healed and he should be away. I support that notion. And I hope that if him being back, I hope he doesn't get hurt. I hope that he actually is going to be able to wrestle in the long months ahead without getting hurt. But with wrestling has an increased severity of injuries at every time, no matter what era of WWE it is. And hopefully WWE can keep him out of harm's way to where he doesn't get permanently injured. I know Seth Rollins, he knows the common injuries that come with the job, but this either way is a bad call by WWE, and I think that it's an accurate statement from a lot of fans. I think they are right. WWE they brought him back way too soon, and it's possibly going to come back to cost Seth Rollins. Hopefully it doesn't. We'll have to wait and see. Tell me what you think in the comments section, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you're brand new to the channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you later.